إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. ما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله جل وعلا، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. ثم أما بعد. I welcome all of you once again. We'll continue our classes from al-Mulakhkhas al Fiqhee of our noble Shaykh al-Allama al-Dr. Salih bin Fawzan al-Fawzan حفظه الله تعالى ومتعه بالصحة والعافية وغفر له ولوالديه وللمسلمين والمسلمات آمين. We're still in a section of marriage and nikah. The last chapter we stopped at is the al-khitbah. باب في أحكام al-khitbah. It was about rulings related to engagement. When a man wants to marry a woman, he go and ask for her hand from her wali. لأن الإسلام أدبنا بآداب عظيمة. Because Islam brings to us beautiful and excellent morals. The best guidance is the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Muslim, whatever he does or whatever she does, they do what pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when a man wants to marry a woman, he will go and talk to her wali, the person who is in charge of her affairs. Usually is the father, if he is a Muslim and alive. And then the grandfather from the father's side, and the like. I said to you when we completed that chapter, alhamdulillah, a couple of weeks ago, I said that I'm going to read to you some of the fatwa of the ulama, of the scholars, as related to what a man can see from a woman. Because in that class, Shaykh Salih al-Fawzani mentioned that it is permissible for a man to look at the woman he intends to marry. It is permissible for a man to look at the woman so he knows how she look. Okay? And this is nothing wrong with that. But how you do that, and what you look, and what is permissible for a man to see from the woman, this is what I'm going to read to you, some of the fatwa of our noble scholars, inshallah ta'ala, will help. We'll start with the fatwa of Nur al-Darb. Nur al-Darb is a radio program in Saudi Arabia. In this program, alhamdulillah, the ulama, the great scholars, they give answers. They give answers to the fatwa. People will call on the phone, and the ulama, they will answer their questions, such as Sheikh bin Baz when he was alive, Sheikh bin Uthaymeen when he was alive, Sheikh Ghudayyan when he was alive. Now still Sheikh Fawzan does it, and others from the great scholars of Islam. Akhi, Jazakallah khair. So the people, they call and they have questions. So this is one of the questions, because people, when they call, they have many questions. Questions in fiqh, and tahara, salat, and marriage, divorce, and transactions. They have manhaj. They have many questions. The ulama, they don't know what questions that, alhamdulillah, they know, they give the answer. They don't. Sometimes I personally heard Sheikh bin Baz says, as for these questions, we're going to get back to you. Allahu Akbar. Sheikh bin Baz says that more than one time. Me personally heard him more than one time saying that. Sheikh will say, I will get back with you. Write down this question. We're going to discuss it, inshallah ta'ala. We'll get back to you. Allahu Akbar. So here is one of those questions that related to the khitbah, to the engagement. I'm going to read the question and then inshallah ta'ala read the answer. This person, he says, أنا شاب متدين. And by the way, this was actually from Nur al-Darb. He says, أنا شاب متدين. This man says, I'm a young man. I practice Islam, alhamdulillah. Okay? أصلي وأصوم رمضان بجانب الاثنين والخميس. And he says in his question that he pray and he fast Ramadan. Also this person fast Mondays and Thursdays. وأزكي وأقوم بجميع حقوق الإسلام. He said he gives zakat and he performed the rights of Islam. ولكن أحب فتاة وأريد منها الزواج. He says he loved this woman, this lady, and he wants to marry her. وذهبت لأخطبها. He said he went to ask for her hand. Okay? خطبة. فقال لي أهلها. He said her family said to him, إن شاء الله بعد عام حتى نعرف ماذا نفعل في الدراسة. وإن شاء الله نتكلم في هذا الموضوع بعد عام. So they said to him, after 1 year, inshallah, we can give us 1 year because we want to see what we want to do as related to her school. Okay? Inshallah, we will talk in this matter after 1 year. After 1 year. Brothers tell him 1 year, he's like, what you talking about? Huh? Look, it's 1 year. They said, come after 1 year. Allahu Akbar. وأنا أذهب إليهم في أي وقت فهل حرام أم حلال. This man, he said, I go to them in all time. I go and visit this family. This is haram or halal for me to go and visit them. قال أعرفك أني لم أنظر إليها نظرة سوء ولكن الله أعلم بما في ضميري وقلبي تجاهها. He says, I want you to know, Ya Shaykh, that I never looked at her in a bad way, in an evil way. Okay, but Allah knows what's in my heart and on my mind towards her. I mean, this person is serious. He wants to marry her. Okay. So now this is not just actually there was an answer. طيب. Actually, this was an answer actually by the Lajna Da'ima. Actually, there was not Nur al-Darb. By the Lajna Da'ima when Sheikh bin Baz actually was the chairman, and Sheikh Abdul Razzaq bin Afifi was his vice chairman, and Sheikh Abdul Rahman al-Ghudayyan was one of the members, and Sheikh Abdullah bin Hassan bin Muhammad al-Qu'ud rahimahumullah jami'an. They said to him, now, in the answer, إذا كان الواقع كما ذكرت فلا حرج عليك فيما حصل من النظر إليها من أجل خطبتها. If the case as you describe, there is no harm on you as related to you looking at her at the moment of the engagement because you have the intention to be engaged to her. ولكن لا تكرر النظر إليها بعد أن عرفت صفتها وشكلها. They said, however, do not keep looking at her. Once you look in the first time and you know how she look, then that's it. Don't keep looking at her. أي نعم. ولا تخلو بها خشية أن يقع بينكما ما لا يحمد عقباه. He said, and never be alone with her. Never be alone with her. Otherwise, shaitan may lead you to something that to do something bad, to fall into something that is haram. مع العلم بأنها لا تزال أجنبية منك حتى يتم عقد النكاح الشرعي. Said, keep in mind that she still is stranger to you, that woman, like any other woman that are not mahram to him, until he have the marriage contract. Okay? Until the marriage contract take place. Until he married her officially according to the legislation. نسأل الله أن يقدر لك الأصلح في أمور دينك ودنياك. And then they make dua for him. So they said, we ask Allah to grant you that which is good for you in all of your affairs, the religious one and in your livelihood as well. And see here, as we mentioned in the previous class, that one of the bad behavior and custom that some people they practice, they Muslims, but as soon as the man is engaged, he's engaged, they're not married yet, then he can be with her, they can travel, everything, and that's haram. That's not permissible in Islam. It's not permissible in Islam. What make permissible for a man to be with that woman and travel with her alone and the like, and talk to her alone, when he marry her. When he do the marriage contract and the dowry is given and the wali agreed, as we know, we're going to learn those conditions for the marriage. At that moment, he can talk to her alone and he can be with her alone. But just a man goes for the first time and talk to the wali, I'm interested to marry your daughter. They says, well, inshallah, we're taking in consideration. Alhamdulillah, okay, so inshallah. And then that's it. Next day he's alone with her, traveling, going. La, that's not permissible in Islam. It's not permissible. قالوا اللجنة الدائمة كذلك قال والذي ينبغي أنه إذا تم القبول فإنه يعجل بعقد النكاح حتى تكون المرأة زوجة له فيباح له النظر إليها والخلوة بها وكذلك تكون أمها من محارمه وفي ذلك دفع للحرج والمشقة واجتناب للإثم والله أعلم. Also they says what is befitting for a person to do if they accept his offer when he goes and propose for a woman and they says they accept that proposal, then he said it's better for him to hasten and marry her. Okay? Because now she became his wife. When he do the marriage contract, the marriage ceremony, not the walima, but the marriage ceremony, then he says it's better for him to do that, so because that's how she became his wife. Now it will be permissible for him to look at her and to be with her, to talk to her. And also, by performing the marriage contract, her mother become mahram to him as well. So even when he go to the house, now he doesn't have to, alhamdulillah, even her mother, she's mahram to him. That is because something we should know, that when a man marry a woman, before even he consummate the marriage or do any walima, just by the contract, when they do that, the wali accept, the dowry is there, the witnesses and the like, now they says, alhamdulillah, you're married. At that moment, her mother become mahram for him. Aina, ala al-abad. Even if he divorced her daughter now. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in those women that are haram, وَأُمَّهَاتُ نِسَائِكُمْ, from the women that are haram for a man to marry, such as his mother, his aunts, his daughters, nieces, and also the mothers of his wife. Aina. Namir. No. The sister-in-law, it's haram for a man to be with her, to look at her, to shake her hand, nothing. If a man is married and his wife's sisters or sister, it's not permissible for him to be with them. It's not permissible. It's haram. Aina. Likewise, if he has brothers himself, it's haram for his wife to be with his brothers, to shake their hands or to be alone with them or to travel with them. Okay? No. Because it's permissible for him to marry his wife's sister. If his wife died, for example, it's not permissible to have two sisters at one time in one marriage, meaning one time. A man cannot marry a woman and then 6 months or a year later marry her sister. That's not permissible in Islam. But if his If the wife died, for example, then he can marry her sister. But before that, her sister or sisters, they are haram for that man. And he's not a mahram to them. And this is one thing that some people, some Muslims because they don't learn the deen correctly, they go with culture. They Muslims by affiliation, and you find them, it's okay. You find in one house, they 4 brothers, all married. They mix with the wives, and this one mix with this one, shake hands, kisses, hugs, doesn't matter. Many kisses on the cheeks, because of the customs of certain people. They don't just hug, they kiss on the cheeks. That's their customs. Okay, they do that. It's like normal. And you find the man and his brother's wife. She's not in hijab in the house. Like her chest is showing, her hair is showing, feet, no problem. Because they say, hey, that's my brother's, that's my husband's brother. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, al-hamu al-maut. The Prophet ﷺ, he forbade that. The ulama, they says, why? Because in a society where the people are Muslims, but they don't practice, they don't understand much about Islam because they don't have knowledge, they don't learn. When they know that a woman, she has a husband, she's married, right? But the husband go to work. And she's alone in an apartment or in a house. When they see the mailman get inside the house, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? The mailman now, he's a stranger man, he's going to go. They're going to say, what are you doing over there? Watch out, akhi. The mailman went inside. They be suspicious. But when they see his brother go in, what's going to happen? Huh? Yeah, it's normal. No suspicions. When they see the husband's brother go in, no problem. Why? That's just his brother. Ain't nothing happened. A lot of evil happened like that. A lot of evil happened, by the way, like that. Allah salam. We're not even going to get into that. Another fatwa by Sheikh Muhammad Salih al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah. Sheikh al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah says, النظر للمخطوبة إنما هو للحاجة فقط. Sheikh al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah says, the man looking at the woman that he's intending to marry, makhtuba, what is the one he's engaged to? Does he have a specific name? Word? The one that he proposed to. Via her wali. We have to say that, man. You say that. Abu Muhammad says, man, you can propose to the woman. And they are in the street, somebody say in Walmart, Abu Muhammad said that. No, we didn't say that. Now we're just trying to find the word, makhtuba. Na'am Shu'aib? Fiancé, ahsant. Hey, fiancé. You don't have this in English? Fiancé in French. Usually it's French, but it's English. Yeah. Jazakallah khair, Shu'aib. You agree with Shu'aib, everybody?
But are we saying they've already accepted the proposal? Or this is just a
Yeah, well, that's why he's coming to.
But the fiancé is after they've already accepted.
No. That's why when they allow him to come, that's why he goes to look right now. He's proposed to. Okay, tayyib.
Fiancé is after they say, yeah, you're going to marry her.
Okay, inshallah. So the Shaykh says, looking at, and I'm going to say al-makhtuba, all right, is the woman in question, okay? He says, actually looking at that woman, when a person is interested to marry a woman, he said he should look only for the need. He ain't going there to look for no reason. No, he already interested. That's why he look. Tayyib? So people have to fear Allah. He ain't going to whenever he heard some woman somewhere, I'm going to go look. Fear Allah. You can't look like that. Looking at a woman is haram, right or wrong? For a man to look at the woman and keep looking at her, you got to be careful. In the parking lots, in here and there. But it's permissible to look at that strange woman to you if you're interested to marry her. Okay? If you have interest. So that's what the Sheikh said. That's a very important point. فإذا نظر إليها أول مرة واكتفى بهذه النظرة فأعجبته أو لم تعجبه فليعمل بذلك ولا حاجة إلى تكرار النظر. الله أكبر. Then the Sheikh gave us another benefit. He says, when that man looked at that woman the first time, and that was enough for him. Because from that one time, he's like, that's it. She's the one. Or he says, he's like, no, I can't do it. But he's not going to tell them, you know. That's himself. That's what's going on in his mind. Because that's not good. You have to keep in mind the feelings of the people, you know. Another man, he look, oh, no way, man. No, tell her to go. No, you can't do that stuff like that. We Muslims, you know, you have to have, people may do that. No, you have to look, keep your composure, okay? And that's it. And tell him, inshallah, I get back with you later on. Inshallah, there are a lot of other things they have to look at. Alhamdulillah, all right? Because we're Muslims, alhamdulillah, don't hurt nobody's feelings. And keep in mind that when it comes to the beauty and what the man like, it's different. People are different, right or wrong? Huh? I know. Some, huh? Yeah, maybe it's like same thing. So a man may not, he has his own imagination, I don't know what. Preferences, ahsant. Yeah, his man's preferences are not like this man's preferences. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, we thank Allah for that, okay? And this is not just in marriage, in food, in cars, in colors, in shoes. Sometimes some of us, we go buy shoes, like, who would buy this color? And then is the person, excuse me, and he grab it. And you're like, alhamdulillah. Right or wrong? Preferences. Hey, nah. But when it comes to the sunnah, do we have any other preferences? Huh? Adhere to the sunnah. Barakallahu fiqh. Nah, no other preferences. So the Shaykh says, once a man look at the woman, and then based on that one first look, he already know what's going on. Yes, she is the one or she's not. He said he should not look again. I said, he should not look again. No need for him to go and keep looking at her. All right? Because that's what's permissible. He's just looking so he can make a decision. You know, he like her or not. Okay? وأما كونه يقرر النظر بلا حاجة فإنه لا يجوز له ذلك لأنها أجنبية منه. The Shaykh said, as for the person, he already, the first look, he knows she's the one or she's not. He says, now he's going to continue to keep looking at her. He said, no, that's not permissible. Why? Why is it not permissible? Ahsan, because that woman, she's a stranger to him. She's still a stranger. She's still like other women in the street. Not permissible. What make the first look permissible? Because that's, yes, it's permissible in a religion so that he can look at the woman. Okay? And that's it. Also, Shaykh al-Uthaymeen, he was asked in Fatawa Nur ala al-Darb, هل يجوز للخاطب أن يكرر زيارته إلى أهل الخطيبة ويجوز أن تجلس معه بالحجاب ما عدا الوجه والكفين بوجود المحرم معهما أم ليس للخاطب إلا زيارة واحدة فقط ينظر فيها إلى المرأة بوجود أهلها. Here's a question that some people they ask. Is it permissible for the khatib, the one who's going to propose for the woman, to repeat his visits? He constantly go more than one time to visit. He go to the house of the woman he's interested to marry. And is it permissible for him whenever he goes to sit with her? And of course he says she's in hijab, except the face and the hands that are shown. And there is a mahram, okay, in the presence of a mahram. Or is it that the khatib, this man, has only one visit? That's it. That one visit, he look at the woman in the presence of a mahram. قال الشيخ نعم في الجواب الخاطب لا ينبغي أن يكرر الذهاب إلى أهل الزوجة والتحدث إليها. Sheikh said, yes, this man who is interested to marry a woman, it is not befitting for him to repeatedly keep going to her house or to her family house and talking to her. Okay? ولكن ينظر إليها حتى يتبين له الأمر. فإذا لم يتبين له الأمر في أول مرة وأراد أن يعود فلا حرج. He said, but when he goes in the first time, he look at her. Okay? He get that look شرعي. That, what do you call it? Huh? The permissible and legislated look. Okay? Of course, they are not alone. There is a mahram. Okay? And he says, if at that moment he left but he didn't look, sometimes people, they bring her in the dark. That's true. Somebody like, come here. Or he were like in the window, the brother is like, look, she's coming. He's like, go. The man didn't say anything. People do that. All right? Or they tell her, stand over there, far in a gloomy area. He said, that's her right there. But he couldn't even see how, nothing. The Shaykh says, if in the first look wasn't enough, yes, he can do it again, inshallah ta'ala, la ba's. He can repeat that until he will make a decision. Until he will make a decision. Al-amma, he will make a decision now. Whether yes, this the woman he want to go forward, or no. So at that moment, it's not permissible for him to keep going and keep looking. That's it. If you make a decision, she's the woman, yes, that he want to marry her, that's it. He ain't going to be looking at her again because it's not permissible for him. Or, she's not the woman, then he has no business keep looking at her neither. No, Sheikh. Oh yeah, that's when they sit and they talk, alhamdulillah, that's permissible. Yeah, he will ask about her religion, about does she speak Arabic, does she memorize Quran, does she knows, she completed how many books in Aqidah, Tawheed, her character, and the like. Now, that was Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen. Now we have Shaykh ibn Baz, rahimahullah, okay? من فتاوى علماء البلد الحرام. سئل الشيخ ابن باز رحمه الله: إذا تقدم شاب لخطبة فتاة هل يجب أن يراها؟ وأيضا هل يصح أن تكشف الفتاة عن رأسها لتبين جمالها أكثر لخاطبها؟ أفيدونا أفادكم الله. Now this question is similar than the previous ones, but it has some extra benefit, okay? Some extra detail. And from one of the great scholars of our time, Al-Allama Ibn Baz, Abdul Aziz ibn Baz rahimahullah. The question say, when a man is interested to marry a woman, okay, and he goes for the engagement or to propose, actually, he goes to propose for that woman, to ask for her hand. Is it obligatory upon him to look at her? And also, is it permissible for the girl or the woman to show him her head, the head, so that he can have a more detailed idea on how she look? Okay, is it just the face and the hands, or now is the head? Okay, can she uncover her head for him? Of course, when she covers the head, he'll see what? Mainly the hair. Now. So that he will have a better idea on her beauty, okay? Please advise and give us some benefit. فأجاب لا بأس ولكن لا يجب. The Shaykh says it's okay for a person to do this, but it's not an obligation. It's not obligatory, meaning whenever a man wants to marry a woman, he has to do this. No. But it's okay if a man wants to look at the woman head. The Shaykh says it's okay. بل يستحب أن يراها وتراه لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أمر من يخطب أن ينظر إليها لأن ذلك أقرب إلى الوئام بينهما. The Shaykh said, rather it is recommended for the man to look at the woman, and the woman, her too, to look at the man she want to marry. Okay? Because the Prophet ﷺ ordered the one who went to propose for a woman to look at her. And that will bring love and harmony between them, okay? Because he already knows that this is Naam. He's satisfied with her look, how she looks. She's satisfied with how she looks. فإذا كشفت له وجهها ويديها ورأسها فلا بأس على الصحيح. The Shaykh says, no, if she made him look at her face, hands, and head, it's okay, according to the soundest opinion. You see? He said, it's okay according to the soundest opinion. وقال بعض أهل العلم يكفي الوجه والكفان. He says, some of the people of knowledge, they says, the face and the hands are enough. That's why sometimes you may want to go, if a man wants to go and have a sit down, as they say in English, sit down with a sister and her wali, and then he's like, she comes and she showed the man only her face and hands, some only the hands, and then he's like, what about the hair? The father says, no way. He's like, well, it's permissible. He's like, listen, man, the fatwa, I know, that's it. You see, that's why it's good to learn so that you understand where those people are coming from, okay? قال ولكن الصحيح أنه لا بأس أن يرى منها رأسها ووجهها وكفيها وقدميها للحديث المذكور. The Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen said, however, the sound opinion is that it's okay for that man to look at her head, face, hands, and feet, because of the hadith that is mentioned. ولا يجوز ذلك مع خلوة بها بل لا بد أن يكون معها أبوها أو أخوها أو غيرهما. He said, but this should take place not just him and her alone somewhere. Rather, is a must that her father be present, or her brother, or other than them, meaning the mahram. And therefore, we have to understand here sometimes a sister, she doesn't have a wali from her family, but a brother is representing her as a wakil. He's no business looking at her face. That wakil, you know what I'm talking about? The wakil, he's a stranger to that woman as well. Alright? He cannot be alone with her in a room and the like. Or tell the sister, listen, come to my house, this brother is going to have a sit down with you. And she's with him drinking coffee or tea, waiting for that brother to come. A stranger with a stranger, waiting for a third stranger. And you would think they're alone. Because they're not alone, are they? Huh? Who's the third party? Shaitan. So this is another thing. Some sisters like, that's my wakil. That's fitna. Is your wakil, mashallah, he's trying to help you to find the proper husband because he's going to go talk to him, talk to other people about him. But you cannot ride with him in a car alone. Cannot be with him in your house. Cannot invite him over a dinner, because I'm telling you this, because some women do that. She thinks the wakil is like her father. And she want to invite him over dinner, and he take advantage of that. La, fear Allah. If you're a wakil like that, tell her, sister, I'm still a stranger man to you. I'm not your father. I'm not your uncle. No, I cannot be with you. And even when you talk to me, you have to talk to me not in a soft voice like that, because I'm a stranger to you. I'm just trying to help you here to find the proper husband. That's it. But I'm not your wali.
So if you're a wakil and the brother looked at his sister, you look away. Like you should lift on the cab or something like that to show the brother her face.
Yeah, he should look. He shouldn't look. Shouldn't look, because it's not permissible for him to look. And he shouldn't be alone with her neither. طيب. ولا يجوز الخلوة بل لابد نعم لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يخلون رجل بامرأة إلا ومعه ذو محرم, because the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he says no man should be alone with a woman except that a mahram be there. No man should be alone with a woman. It's not permissible. But you can, if there is a reason, there is a valid reason, but her mahram has to be present. Her mahram. And also the Prophet said, this hadith is agreed upon. The Prophet ﷺ also says, لا يخلون رجل بامرأة فإن الشيطان ثالثهما. The Prophet ﷺ, he says, no man should be alone with a woman, stranger woman to him, because if they do so, the shaitan will be the third party. You think the shaitan is going to tell him, "Akhi, get out of here"? Get out of here, man. It's trouble for you. No. Allah al-Musta'an. Shaykh ibn Uthaymin, he says, look, وقال الشيخ ابن عثيمين فتاوى علماء البلد الحرام. قال الشيخ ابن عثيمين الذي يجوز للخاطب أن ينظر إليه من مخطوبته مثل الوجه والقدمين والرأس والرقبة بشرط أن لا يخلو بها ولا يطيل المكالمة المباشرة معها إن كلمته. Shaykh ibn Uthaymin, he says what's permissible for that person who's interested to marry a woman to look at what? He said to look at the face, the feet, the head, and the raqba, what is it? The neck. Aina. With one condition, that he shouldn't be alone with her. He should not be alone with her. And he should not, when he talks to her, he should not make a long conversation. Okay? And he shouldn't just talk to her, just him and her, like people they do. Now he goes and look, and for whatever reason he get her phone, now he's texting her, Facebook, tweeting her. That's not permissible. It's not permissible. She's not his wife yet. So he cannot be talking to her on the phone, sending her text message and the like. لا يجوز له أن يتصل بها هاتفيا لأن ذلك فتنة يزينها الشيطان في قلب الخاطب والمخطوبة. The Shaykh says it's not permissible for him at this stage. He didn't marry her yet. It's not permissible for him to talk to her on the phone. That's a fitna, the Shaykh says. لأن ذلك فتنة. That's a trial and a fitna that is beautified by the shaitan in the heart, in his heart and in her heart. وإذا عقد له عليها فله أن يكلمها وله أن يخلو بها وأن يباشرها. He said now, once he do the marriage contract, it's permissible for him to talk to her alone, to be alone, to even hug her because she's his wife, and kiss her, and that's his wife. Okay? ولكننا, the Shaykh said, ولكننا ننصح بعدم مجامعتها. He said, however, we do not advise this man to consummate the marriage. Okay? لأنه إذا جامع قبل الدخول المعلن. This is, he says, because if he have consummated the marriage before the time that they fix for the walima. See, this is how it is. Sometimes a man go and marry a woman in Dhul Hijjah. Okay? We're in Dhul Hijjah. He went, he proposed. And then after a week, he said, that's it, yeah, this is the woman I'm looking for, mashallah. Let's do the marriage contract, okay? The 17th of the Hijjah, they do the marriage contract. All right? Now she's his wife or not? She's his wife. But then they agreed. As the two families, they says, the marriage and the walima will be in, when? In Jumad al-Ula. Muharram is too close. Let's say Jumad al-Ula. Like 5 months or 6 months. All right? That's for whatever reason. He want to wait for his mother to come. I don't know, his brother, somebody's on journey. He wants to wait for his family, okay? So, Shaykh says, in this case, we do not advise him to consummate the marriage. He has to wait until that time when the walima is in. Why? He says, لأنه إذا جامعها قبل الدخول المعلن ووضعت في وقت مبكر فربما تتهم المرأة. He says because now if he consummate the marriage before the walima, before that time that they tell the people they married, they're going to get married at this time, or the walima is on this time, and now she gets pregnant and she's going to give birth before the time. Now they're going to what? They be suspicious about her. Okay? وقال كذلك وكذلك لو توفي عنها قبل الدخول المعلن ثم وضعت فإنها تتهم أيضا. Says if he consummate the marriage and then he died and she got pregnant. She got pregnant and he died before the time that they fixed for the walima, then the people they will accuse her with zina waliyadu billah. Subhanallah. Aina. You see now you learn things are not all as easy like in some places. Some places person propose and do the nikah in the same day. They do it. He never know the woman. Somebody told him, listen, so-and-so, she became Muslim. He's like, no way. They know her before Islam. They know the girl in the streets before Islam. And somebody tell him, hey, Tamika, she became Muslim. When? Today at Dhuhr time. Who's her wakil? She don't have one. Can you be one? Yeah, I can be one. Now he's the wakil. Asr time, they married her. And who knows, maybe by Maghrib she's already divorced. Allah al-Musta'an. Hasty, nothing, no, they don't take in consideration. Look, let me take some time. This is marriage. This is not just for shahwa and desire, okay? This is marriage. I have to follow. I got to find the right woman, because people, they don't marry for a day or two. We're not Rawafid and Shia, okay? There's no mut'ah. The mut'ah is not permissible in Islam for a man to marry a woman knowing that he is going to be with her for 3 days and then he's going to divorce her. That's not permissible in Islam. Okay? That's in the religion of the Rafidah and the Shia. Okay? But a person should take it easy and take this matter seriously. That's why there's a lot of evil and a lot of issues, a lot of kids with no parents, a lot of sisters been married 6, 7 times, subhanAllah, in the past 5 years. A lot of problems. Because you got to take this marriage seriously. You want to marry, you got to do it the right way. You got to find the woman that of religion and the like. Now, and you have to take your time. You have to have respect. No rush. She needs to know about you, who you are, who she is. Do your homework, ya akhi. This is the woman that you're going to spend, you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. I know, that's the intention you will have. This is the woman that you're going to have. Insha'Allah ta'ala, Allah may give you children. She's the one that's going to raise your children. This is the woman that you're going to go to work and entrust her with your wealth and your house and your paperwork and money and right or wrong. But when the people, they don't do things the right way, ya akhi, they regret it. A lot of fitna, problems, subhanallah. Don't haste, don't be hasty. Now, here's another fatwa, the last one, alhamdulillah, if you can squeeze it before. Sheikh al-Albani, rahimahullah. Now. قال أنا قرأت تقريبا الفتاوى الموجودة بالمنتدى بهذا الشأن. الخاطب يأتي من المحافظة بعيدة عن محافظة الخطيبة، وأحيانا تصر أمه على أن تكشف وجهها. ووجدت هذه الفتوى للشيخ الألباني رحمه الله تعالى. A person on the internet, he says, a person will come from far, from an area far away, and he's interested to marry a woman, and he says her mother or his mother, they insist that this woman should show this man her face. Then this person, he said, he found this fatwa of Sheikh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala. He found this fatwa of Sheikh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, and it was a question and answer. This person he called, this fatwa is on a phone call, that a person phone call, because the Sheikh says na'am. When he answers the phone, he says na'am. Now, I'm just going to do the translation, inshallah. So, as I mentioned, this is a conversation, a phone conversation. Somebody called, dialed, and the Sheikh, he says na'am. Then the person said, on the other end, said salamu alaykum. The Sheikh said, Albani said, wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah. And the Sheikh died some 15 years ago, rahimahullah, okay, or 16. Then the person says, if you allow me, Fadilat al-Sheikh. No, he said, please, is Sheikh al-Albani available? He says, he's talking to you right now. Okay? MashaAllah. Then he said, the man says, okay, Sheikh, if you allow me, I have some questions. Sheikh says, tafaddal, meaning go ahead. Then he began by this question, or maybe this is one of the questions. He says, is it permissible for me to speak with my fiancée on the phone? Okay? The Sheikh, he says, did you marry her? The marriage contract took place or not yet? The man says, not yet. The Sheikh says, so it's not permissible. The man says, it's not permissible. The Sheikh says, it's not permissible. Then the person says, even if I want to give her advice, the Sheikh says, it's not permissible. You see, because he didn't marry her yet. Then the man says, okay, طيب. Is it permissible for me to visit her and sit with her in her house in the presence of a mahram, like her father or grandfather or brother and the like? The Shaykh says, yes, the mahram has to be present, and when she come out and sit in the presence of mahram, she should be mutajalbiba, means she's wearing the proper attire, the proper hijab, in the same way she wore the hijab when she go out her house. Otherwise, no. Meaning she's not going to come sit with the man in the sleeping, what they call it? In pajamas, or worse, in a Gap t-shirt and stuff. No. Or tight clothing. No. If he's come, yes, the woman, she doesn't have to wear hijab in her house, around her father and around her brothers. But when this man is coming, the Sheikh said she wear the proper hijab. Then the man says, what about the face? She uncover her face. The Sheikh says, the face alone. Okay, just the face. Then the man says, just the face? The Sheikh says, just the face, and the ibaya that she's wearing, it should not be has like muzarkash, has design and embroidery in it, or should not be short. Then the person says, okay, Sheikh, as related to while we have that sitting, what is it permissible for us to talk about? The Sheikh says, you talk to her in the same way you talk to other women, other than her, from the women. Now, so it's not sit there because some people, they go sit there because he's interested to start laughing, cracking jokes. No, you can't do that. You got to be strict to the point. Then the man, he says, طيب يا Sheikh, if she asks me for my picture, should I give her my picture or not? Or no? Or not? Then the Sheikh said, what about if you ask her picture? Is it okay for you to ask for her picture at that time? The man says, like, you know how it is. Sometimes you talk to Sheikh Al-Albani, man, you're not talking to somebody else. So the man says, Then the Sheikh said, is it permissible? Is it permissible for you to ask her for her picture? He says, no, it's not permissible. He said, the same thing. It's not permissible for you to give her your picture. You know this? He said, yes. Then the man, he said, yeah, Sheikh, but sometimes there is a necessity that I may have to call her and talk to her. It's permissible. The Sheikh said, there is no necessity, man. Aina. There's no necessity in this. Okay? Allahu Akbar. He says, so, ya Sheikh, can I, for example, visit her sometimes and spend some time with her? Is it permissible? The Sheikh said, why you want to visit her? What is the difference? Why you don't want to visit another woman? Can you just look at a woman in the street and say, I'm going to go visit you? He says, no. He says, so it's not permissible to just go and visit a woman like that. She's not your wife yet. Yes, subhanAllah. The Shaykh said to him, if you propose for her and they accept your proposal, then inshallah, in the presence of her wali, to look at her, the nadra shar'iyya is permissible. As for you just want to visit her for the sake of visiting her and spending some time with her, he says, no, you don't do it like that. The man says, even after they accept my proposal and we're engaged, the Shaykh, even if you're engaged, because she's still stranger to you after you're engaged. And then the man says, Allah yahfadak. The Shaykh, Allah yakrimak ya Shaykh, said, Allah yahfadak. Wa assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we stop here. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.